Hello everyone, this is Noreen at Noreen Reads. I'd like to introduce myself a little bit since this is my first video here at Noreen Reads channel. I've loved reading ever since I was a little girl. I've loved all kinds of genre. There's no one particular genre that I lean to, although lately I've been enjoying mystery thriller books, but the ones I've enjoyed in the past are the ones I'd like to review. I have this in this format. I printed the book cover on this 5.5 by 8.5 cover because eventually I would like to put it in my reading journal. I have another channel here in YouTube. It's called Noreen Cooks and Noreen Plans, and eventually this will be punch here on the side, so I can eventually put it all together, and I will have the review on the sides, how many stars, what genre it is, who is the author, and the review, a short review of the book that I can write on this side. That's why it's in this format. I think it would look really good in a journal when I compile them and put them together. So for today I have I'm going to try to review 6 books that I've read. So the first one is The Scent Keeper. I hope you can all see that. I like the book covers. It's beautiful. Sometimes when I choose a book, I like to look at the cover first and then read the inside information of what the story is about, and then even reviews. I'm in Goodreads.com, and that's one of the many ways I pick the book is through Goodreads. I like paper books that I borrow from our library here in Idaho. I am in Idaho, so I have to pay extra because I am out of this is not right in our town, so I have to go somewhere else to get a membership, a library card. So I go to that library for paper books, and then they have an online Libby, so I can do audiobooks. And I also have a subscription for Everand. It used to be Scribd, that I pay a yearly subscription for audiobooks, magazines, and all kinds of stuff. So I like to have plenty of options for books. So let's get on to my review of the books that I have here. As I mentioned, when this is done, I will get to show you through in this channel or in my Noreen Plans channel as well. So The Scent Keeper, I've read this through audiobook through Everand. The genre is magical realism or coming of age also, and I rated it 4 stars. What I loved about this book is the writing is beautiful, and the premise is unique in that it is a story about scents and the different emotions and memories they evoke. It is a rich story of Emmeline. She's the main character, when she was a child and to her coming of age as a woman. The background setting is also good, as you can see in this picture of the cover book. The background setting of the sea, and it's just beautiful there. There are rocks in there too. The book drew me in from the very beginning, and it's hard to put down after you started to get into it. It combines fantasy, romance, and intrigue, so I really like it. So 4 stars for this book. So here we go. The next book, it's called Hello, Sunshine by Laura Dave. This is in the form also of audiobook that I listened to. It's a women's fiction, and I rated it 4 stars. I really like this book. It is entertaining, nice, light read. It is light, but has plenty of drama and scandal in it. It's a book about a celebrity chef's fall from grace and redemption. So it's a good book. It emphasizes also how people present themselves through social media and severe lack of authenticity that you usually find in social media, and trying to make yourself look good and just ignore it, that and not looking through the good thing, the bad side also of life. So all right, the third book is Glass Castle. I've read this quite a while ago, but it's a really good book. This I gave 5 stars. It is by Jeanette Walls. It's a nonfiction biography, and I read it as a physical book. It's powerful, moving, engaging, and well written. It's a compelling memoir of Jeanette Wells, and she was raised in an unconventional childhood. But she made it through, her siblings made it through that childhood, but it was hard. But I really loved it. So I recommend this book if you're looking for something biography. I'm sure they would have it in an audiobook if you prefer that, or even an ebook. So next is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I read this in a physical book. It's not very thick at all. It's just not a very thick book. It's I'd say less than 100, I think. So it's a nonfiction self-help, of course, and I gave it 3 stars. One thing I remember is keep things that bring you joy and discard everything else. And that's what she said. So if you need a decluttering inspiration, read this. It's not quite magic, but it feels great to tidy up. This book reminds me of The Joy of Less, which I read about 10 years ago, a long time ago. It's very similar, and I actually prefer that book better. So if you need more decluttering and organizing inspiration, pick up the book The Joy of Less as well. But if you're trying to only read one between the two, I would recommend The Joy of Less. So I gave this again 3 stars. Okay, next book is River Enchanted, right here. That's a beautiful cover. So this is a series. This is the first of the series of the Elements of Cadence. I read this in a physical book. It's fantasy, romance, magic, and I gave it 5 stars. It's beautifully written story. It has magic, whimsy, mystery, and romance. So it's a good book. I think it's a wonderful start to the series. So far, there are 2 in the series, and I think there's a 3rd one coming out soon. But I highly recommend this book. So, all right, the 3rd one is another biography. It's James Patterson's biography written by him. 5 stars. It's a good book. I read it in a physical book. It's a selection of stories about James Patterson's life, and I enjoyed the inspiring stories he shared in this book, as well as there's interesting ones, there are funny ones, and it felt like a one-on-one face-to-face conversation with such a successful author, and I really like that.